evening. Welcome to this week's iteration of Once Upon a Roll. Bit of a hiatus. Had to skip last week due to work scheduling. Life happens. But we're back. We're continuing to chug along in this story where last we left off. You guys, the group started off with the unfortunate and sudden departure of Arabelle, recalled to Ambervale to assist the members of the Phoenix Academy in researching the Orb of Oculus, which was left behind by Corvath and had started to exhibit some strange behaviors. Following this, you learned that the key to reaching the manor and the home of Lord and Lady Sanvanique, the heads of this city, and from what you have gathered so far, the perpetrators of this plague, this outbreak, that does not seem to be as much a plague, more of a sweeping turning of individuals into vampire or vampire spawn. You learned previously, and a lot of this from a similar creature and supposed ally, Alexander, who seems to be in your corner and working towards a similar goal of ousting his uncle. You learned about one of the major players, one of the main hands in constructing the barrier that is preventing you from approaching the manor, to be one named Brelin Mortis, the head of the plague doctors who roam the city. You learned through Netadion and Squirrel of Horn's reconnaissance that he frequents a tavern in the northern section of the city by the name of the Gentle Swill. So with that information, we took that back to Alexander, as well as the mother figure of his, who he stays with, and we're informed that the magical protective pendants that she was working on would be done not this upcoming night, but the night after, perhaps a little bit sooner. And so, learning that the commotion that had been caused when you chased down a vampire spawn after uncovering what was going on in these boarded up supposed plague houses, that you were being searched for. Specifically a large blue dragonborn, as those kind of stick out when there's a bit of a commotion and eyes are looking towards the cause. So, to hide that, you turned Dran into a large doggo and used that as a way to navigate the city. And that's about where we left off. You guys leaving Alexander's home, Netadion, Elavorn, and big old Mastiff Durand, I believe, heading back towards the Temple of the Raven Queen. It is currently early afternoon. You're heading back towards the temple, where you can hear something from the street ahead. It sounds like a little bit of a commotion, a bit of aggressive shouting. Too far to see the sources, but it just begins to pick up as you guys are walking, and Netadion is still scritching at a heavily panting and tail wagging dog Rond.
I'd check it out, but I'm preoccupied.
Guys, do you hear that?
I guess I'll stop for a moment and try to listen. So,
Okay. When you stop, it's fairly quiet around you, but you do hear the far sound of a cacophony of a few voices, maybe two or three. Around your head perks up, your ears peek up, and you can hear this as well.
I can hear something. I'm not sure if we're hearing the same thing, though. I'm hearing some voices coming over there and point direction where I think I hear them coming from.
Let's get closer and see if we can hear.
Okay, I mean, it could be just, I don't know. Well, yeah, let's try to listen in, I guess.
Okay. So you guys head closer. You follow the sounds, and as you get close enough to begin to make out words, you can hear a male voice that seems to be talking in anger towards another individual. And you hear, "We gave you plenty of time to repay what we lent you before, so where's the money? We don't want problems, but you're giving us problems. And we really don't like it when people give us problems." Getting closer, you can hear a softer voice, but you can't quite make out the words that respond. "That's not good enough. Everybody has excuses here."
Well, that sounds just like a normal, well, I won't say normal, I guess, in the end, but just your average debt collectors, I guess. I'm not sure if we should butt in.
Hmm. I'm going to look at around. Like, you heard that? You're a dog, though, so maybe not.
What do I hear?
You hear that, you don't make out the language and the meaning of the words, but you can definitely understand the tone as a dog.
So I tell
And
him, I'm
the
like,
angry tone does like set something off in your animal mind.
can I use speak with animals to just kind of convey the conversation? It's like, I
Sure.
don't, you know.
Absolutely. Now you are completely filled in as Elevorn, pendant, and cast speak with animals and uh, talks to Dogrond in his native tongue. So now you have Drand and Elevorn kind of growling and yipping at each other next to you, Neredion.
Totally normal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no reason to think that it's like, you know, that guy that we're looking for, right?
Mm,
I just kind
uh,
of said that to Neridion, not to Dron.
okay.
Because I just kind of filled Dron in, and then I just kind of turned to Neri and go, we don't think he's involved, right? You know, the
Uh,
nail of bell guy.
I'm not sure completely. Maybe, but also maybe not. I don't know.
Okay, so if you're
Oh,
getting closer, you can hear it's coming from maybe half a block ahead and around the corner of one of these buildings, heading down the street further into the city, back towards the market circle area that leads towards the northern part of the city.
I have an idea. I'm gonna turn to Durant and be like, okay, you just go run up to whoever they're yelling at. Like, don't attack anybody, don't do anything. Just go get pets from that person, and then we'll chase you. Like, oh no, our dog is getting away, and you know, just kind of nod my head.
Okay. I was gonna say I would be cautiously curious towards it, but I mean, if I'm being told to do something, I guess I'll do it.
Oh, if I'm being told, I'm a good boy, so.
Exactly.
Goodbye.
So you hear, like, as you guys are kind of discussing this, you can hear the conversation going on. Then you hear, hold on, no. Hold him down. We're gonna figure this out right here, right now, one way or another.
Hurry!
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Okay. So Duran bounds off, and Duran, as you swing around the corner, you can see one maybe mid-20s to early 30s man who's kind of in tattered, like peasant commoner clothing, currently kind of being held wide-eyed and scared by this slightly larger, also dirty, tattered clothes. None of these people look well off whatsoever. Not that you would necessarily know, but he's currently being sort of held, and while another one who is in what may have at one point been nice clothes is standing about 5 feet away. His back is currently towards you as you turn the corner, and he's the one that you can hear was giving the orders and being the aggressor in this confrontation. What are you doing?
I'll rush up to the guy they were yelling at, I guess.
Okay, so you rush up. You're interposed between the man who's yelling at the guy and the guy who's being held up, and each of these people are looking very curiously taken aback as you just run up and, "What the hell is that?" says the man who is holding the That's your dog, said the aggressor. Says, no, that's not. I promise. I've never seen this dog before. Get it out of here. I'm holding him. So he's like, all right, fine, I'll do it. Get out of here, dog. He like kind of heads towards you. You can see he has a knife or dagger in one hand, kind of slightly concealed. But he's coming at you not with it, but he's like kind of, shoot, get out of here, go. Scram, you mutt.
I'll like keep my eyes on him, but I'll back up and then like start barking.
God. So you guys, Dion and Elevon, you hear Don just start to bark loudly, this deep, bassy dog bark that echoes through the alleyways and the streets that you're walking on. It's like,
I'm gonna chase after him.
yeah.
I'm following.
He is a little bit faster than you.
Well, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're chasing him.
Okay.
You know?
So at this point, like after he starts barking, you hear it's like, God damn it, Tully, let's get this, let's take the street, bring him into the alleyway, let's go. And that's when Elevon, you and Netadion round the corner. As they're trying to move the man into the alleyway, who's not putting up much of a fight. He's like, I swear, I don't want trouble, I don't have it, I'll get it. You know what the situation in the city is, I can't. Now they're kind of pulling him into a nearby alleyway to continue their conversation.
What were you trying to say, Cele?
I wasn't trying to say anything.
Well, then I'm going to be like, where did you go? You know, like, where did my puppy go? And I'm like, just looking around and I'm like, oh, wow, what is going on here?
At this point, you can see a man who's kind of being held by like one arm and then around the shoulder. He looks like scared, but he's not like speaking up about it. He doesn't want to agitate the other two men involved here, as he's sort of being like guided by the other men into an alleyway. This your dog then?
Oh, yes.
You should keep a shorter leash on him.
Well, unfortunately, he doesn't do well on leash.
He does not seem to do well off a leash either, but it's not my concern. Get him under control. It's none of your concern.
I'm going to to Drum be like, what did you find here? What were you looking for? I'm kind of like looking at the ground, to see if there's anything around.
He just rolls his eyes and kind of scoffs before walking after the other two.
Did I see where they went?
Yeah, they're not too far away. They just walk down a nearby alleyway to get off the street. They're maybe 20, 25 feet down an alleyway that you guys are fairly close to. Definitely close enough to keep an ear or eye out. But, at this point, they're still kind of looking back occasionally towards the street.
I'll bark towards Elavoin and then kind of go into the direction of the alley where they went.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start following Durand.
Okay.
Me too.
Alright, so at this point around, you can see they're in a fairly narrow alleyway. One man on either side of the one who apparently owes money, hands on the walls, kind of cutting off any potential form of escape. Well, if you don't have the money, then we're going to have to work out another arrangement, aren't we? Yeah, it's not like you're going to run anywhere, so let's take a trip back to your home. We'll work out a down payment of sorts. I don't have anything to give. Anything that I have, I need to live off of. Since my brother came down with the plague, I don't have much at all. That's why I came to you in the first place. You know this, to help save him. I don't have anything, and there are no jobs, and it's like, we'll find a way for you to work if work is what you're looking for. Are you guys being like hidden? Are you guys like hiding? Or are you just standing at the end of the alleyway?
Oh, well, I'm not being subtle.
Durand is a dog. There is no subtle.
So you hear the other guy say, Hey boss, that dog is still there. Oh, fucking boss. Where are the owners? Go back to them. Get out of here. He's shouting from like 20, 25 feet away.
I'll bark towards my owners.
We don't have time for this. If they don't care about him, no one's going to miss a dog anywhere. And he goes and takes out the dagger and begins to head towards you, Durand. Come here, boy.
I'll back away from that.
I'll back away from that, I think. Yeah, that's fair.
You should growl.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
You're gonna grab.
Bark and stuff.
Okay. Make an intimidation check.
Bug stats.
Let's see the stats. I'll say that dogs would probably use more of a strength intimidation than charisma, I feel.
Should go all Cujo on them.
It's good, because I have as much charisma as a dog anyways.
Don't flatter yourself. So
Wait, they have more.
They have -2 charisma, but +1. It's for strength. So D20 +1 for the intimidation.
It is 15.
He pauses, like noticeably, like second guessing himself, checking out the size of the dog here as you bare your fangs and snarl towards him. Just out around the corner, out of view of this, is Nedadion and Elevorn, watching as Dodon kind of backs off a couple paces and then lowers his head and bares his teeth.
I guess at that moment when I see Ron doing that, then I'll come out and just look at what is gonna happen, because Ron is backing down and trying to intimidate
Heading
and
up
stuff.
towards Duran so that you can see at this point the guy's like, alright, and Duran, do you see him like having put away the dagger? Nedadion, you see him as he's just like kind of has his hand over like a hilt of a weapon. You don't see the dagger having ever been drawn by the time you get there and look down the alleyway. I thought you were
guess
going to take care of your pet.
Oh, looks like he's interested in following you. Maybe you
Well,
guys
I
have
am not
some
interested in being
sausages.
followed.
Oh.
I do not wish to have to defend myself against such a lovely specimen of a dog you have, but
Well, he's a friendly dog otherwise, but you seem to be intimidating him.
I'm just trying to go about my business here. What interest do you have in my personal affairs?
Well, I didn't, but I'm looking at Eleanor.
I'm gonna come out and be like, dogs can like smell fear, or at least sense it. So what's going on over here? I thought you guys were, I don't know. Why would you have to defend yourself? He's so nice. And I'm gonna like get down on my knees and pet the room. He's a good boy.
I do not know this dog. I do not know you people. I don't wish for the situation to turn ugly. I don't think any of us do. So, please, take your dog and be on your way.
I'm gonna like look past him and shout, "Hey, are you okay over there?"
You can see the guy who's now further away from you, who's next to him. You can see him kind of reach down. You can't see what he's doing with his hand or arm, but the man sort of jumps a little. It's like, yeah, just having a talk.
Hey, Neri.
Yeah?
Well, I guess I wouldn't say Neri. I would just kind of look towards Neri down. That's what I meant to say. Sorry.
Okay.
I'd just be like, "Hey, do you?"
Hey, non-named person of mine.
Oh, no, I would just be looking towards her. Is what I meant to say. I'm sorry, I messed up. I want to be like declaring names,
I guess yeah.
So I would just turn to Neri and be like, "Do we ever talk in the alleyway like that? Like, usually?"
Not usually, no. This seems weird.
Well,
That guy doesn't
I
seem.
can remind you, we were not talking in the alleyway until you two and your dog intervened in our conversation.
I don't know, you guys still seem to be talking in a shady place. That's not quite normal.
On the street in the middle of the day? And who are you anyway? Are you...
Oh, are you afraid of dogs?
I am not necessarily afraid of dogs, no. I am protective of my personal well-being. Go on and get him back home. Walk him home. Make sure he gets there safely. I'll meet up with the two of you later. We can continue this conversation where we can have a bit more privacy.
But he can walk. Why would he have trouble getting to his own home?
Yeah, it's not even night.
So at this point, they're moving back to a connecting alleyway that leads somewhere else. Well, you never know. These times, things are dangerous. Could, run into a stray mutt, perhaps?
Bork.
Somehow I feel insulted. You really never know in Worthy these days, do you? What dangers you might encounter or where?
I'm not sure you have any idea of the danger you're in.
Oh, is that so? And he goes to, he narrows his eyes at this, taking it as the obvious threat that it was.
It wasn't. It's very dangerous. He doesn't know how dangerous it
I'm
is.
just legitimately concerned and warning him about.
Yes, it's very dangerous here. I don't think you know how dangerous it is.
It seems like he perceives that as you threatening him.
That's
You can
fine
tell.
too.
You can tell.
It is dangerous for him.
The dagger at his side, he lifts a piece of the cloak up to reveal the hilt and size of the dagger, in a sort of intimidation thing, and sort of unsheaths it a couple inches.
Oh, woo. I have one of those too, and I'll incendiary it shot. See?
I might quarrel. It's not with the two of you, not even with your dog.
Well, what is your quarrel? Maybe we can help.
Believe me, I do not need your assistance. I'm simply following up on some money that is owed to me. That's right. That's fair. You would agree?
I guess, but I clearly heard the guy saying that he doesn't have the money, and, well, your kind of people usually don't like that, and it doesn't really end well for the people who don't have the money.
Oh, I can see you have, well, a certain look about yourself. Nice dagger, by the way. I assure you that that's a bit of a messy business, especially the current state of affairs in Worthy. And besides, the boy would be completely worthless to me dead. At least there's some value to be extracted while he's still alive. So believe me, it's in my best concerns, if I'm going to collect on the debt that is owed me, that he stays in as reasonable a health as possible. If that is your concern, just good Samaritans that pass by, I suppose.
I don't think it's still a good thing that is going to happen to that guy, even though you say that you aren't going to kill him.
It is not my place nor my desire to convince you otherwise, but if you have a concern for the well-being of people, random strangers who you do not know, I assume. Do you know the man? No? Well, there's a lot going on, and believe me, the state of this man's life and livelihood is far better than many others in the city. So you need not concern yourselves with one individual who could not manage their funds well enough.
You seem to be well aware of the state of the city and its people, and
I
you're
have been
still.
living here in it,
Yes,
yes.
I'm not arguing anything. I was just going to say that, it seems reasonable that, one would figure that loaning money to people who can't find work, you know, they are not going to be able to pay you back. So this is sort of, a trap, more or less.
I was aware of the difficulties the man faced, but it would not be in the spirit of generosity to put that assumption on him. He came to me with a request for a loan, and out of the generosity of which I display to so many others, I obliged.
So
Whether or
this
not
is
he was able to follow up and pull himself up by his bootstraps, that how would I be able to foresee that? I cannot go into negotiations in my line of work with such assumptions. I wouldn't have a line of work.
so this is your line of work. You give people money and they pay you back, or don't, and then what? You own them or something?
We've come to agreements. It's not often that I need to go to these lengths to extract what is owed me, but it's a case by case basis, depending, of course. But if I lend someone money, I expect a return on that investment in one form or another.
Well, how big was the loan that you gave him?
It is not any concern of yours.
Well, I mean, it is, maybe, if.
How is it?
Okay, so you just want the guy. You don't care about the money
What I
then.
am owed.
What are you owed?
That
A
is
slave?
between me and him. Not a slave. It's messy business. Now, if this interrogation is over, I still have daylight to burn. Work to be done. Can't spend my days walking around harassing every person I see on the streets.
Just specific ones that you want to. I don't understand. You say you want what you're owed. What are you owed?
What was given, plus some interest.
And what was that?
I do not.
Do you even know? Because I
Do
feel
I
like you
even
don't
know? Of
even
course
know.
I do. I was
Because
the
there was
one who
no
lent
hope he
him
was
the
going to pay
money.
you back, right?
I'm sorry?
You said there was never any hope he was going to pay you back, so you probably didn't even write down how much he owed. You're just like, yeah, whatever, here, have some coins, and you just basically bought him.
You assume much, and
Well, you're not answering,
yes,
so.
I have no reason. I have no need. I have no incentive. There's no reason for me to answer you. You have no right to my personal business, to my affairs, what I do.
What gives you the right to be harassing that guy?
The fact that he owes me money.
Okay, so you're owed money. How much money are you owed?
It's none concern of you. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to leave. He takes a step back while still facing you.
I don't know. Just gonna walk past him.
No, you're gonna walk towards him then?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess
Down
I'll
the alleyway.
follow. Yeah.
Alright. He kind of stops and still hand on the dagger as he watches as you kind of shoulder check him and walk past. And then he walks the other way out to the street. Kind of giving Durand a wide berth.
I'm gonna follow him.
You're gonna turn around again and follow him?
Yeah.
Are you gonna do it like openly and brazenly?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see him as you exit and walk around. He's not too far ahead of you at that point, but like at one point he does a few steps later take a cursory glance over his shoulder and sees you, Netadion, following him. Just stops.
I'm gonna walk past him. Just gonna, like, I'm not gonna, like, kinda, like, acknowledge him at all. I'm just gonna walk past him, I guess.
Okay. Elevon, where are you going? So you walked past him, you saw Netadion double back to follow the other guy, the guy as he left.
I guess maybe I'll try to find the other people.
Okay. Duran, what are you doing? Netadion and Elevon are splitting up. Who are you following? What do you do?
This is the question. Can I? None. Maybe just leave it a chance.
So where are you going?
Flipping a coin.
Oh. That's fair, I guess, for a dog.
That's quite a trick for a dog.
Yeah. Duran
Yeah.
looks.
There's a coin on the ground.
Goes in, picks up a copper piece. Just...
Alright, heads is Neri and tails is Elgwin.
Okay.
I think that makes sense. I think that's fair.
Sure. Elevon has tails sometimes.
Exactly. Alright, it is tails.
Alright. So after looking both ways a couple times, you give out a little bark and kind of bound down the alleyway after Elevon. So Elevon, as you get to a place where the alleyway kind of branches and forks off in maybe 3 different paths, you can see that there are many little like ways that this alley like snakes together. The buildings are close together here, so there's like a lot of little alleyways. Not too much difference between them and the streets, honestly. So Duran comes up to you at one of these cross sections. As you're trying to discern, like, try to figure out which way the other two went. Oh.
Just going to turn to Tron to be like, you don't smell anything, do you?
Don't think I got a direct whiff of him, but I mean,
You can smell for something if you want.
let me try.
Maybe you can smell the fear on the guy.
Smell the fear. Taste their fear. Go ahead and make a perception check. With advantage. +1. No, +3, sorry.
Holy shit! Alright.
Can I also guide him?
To give what? Double advantage? No.
No, it's like, well, is it advantage or is it like plus something? I thought it was plus something. Like a
I thought
D4.
guidance was advantage.
Oh, maybe.
Is it? Looking up everything. Guidance. Guidance. I need guidance as a DM.
You need a guidance to find the guidance.
Yeah, right? Guidance. To investigate for guidance.
Roll a d4, add the number, roll to the ability check of choice.
Sure. So,
Like a mini
Elevon. What?
I said it's kind of like a Jeep blast.
Yeah. So, if we goes down and say, come on, boy. And it just scritches you behind both ears as you're kind of sniffing at the ground. So, roll with advantage, plus a d4, +3.
My god.
6.
A big number, my dude. 23.
23.
That is big.
So you get a whiff of trash.
Nice.
You get a whiff of some fluids.
Uh.
Probably a stronger smell of this in this alleyway is like more recent. You get two other like distinct smells that are fairly strong. Like they've been through here. The smell is still like sort of lingering. So you're pretty sure you got their trail.
Alright. I'll try following that then. Leading her along.
So Duran sniffing about. Elevon, you follow him as he leads you through a couple more alleyways and then eventually back out to one of the streets of the city. You continue to follow until you can actually see, as of your perception check, you're able to track them at a fairly good pace. So you eventually do see them still walking the street, maybe about 80, 90 feet ahead of you. So Duran is still like sniffing and following Elevon. You actually see them. But they're stopped. And it seems like the one who is being led is putting up a bit of a struggle.
Well,
Maybe emboldened by the lack of the presence of the other man now.
how far away are they?
About 90 feet.
Okay, well, if he's struggling, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go up to him, I'm gonna try to help him.
Okay. So you go up, it's like, let me go. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. We're not doing this. You're not gonna, it's like, we're not going to hurt you. Let's just get back to your house and we'll continue to talk about this. We'll wait for him to get here and we'll sit down. It's like, no. I know how you guys operate. That's not what's gonna happen. No. So Elevon, you're approaching now as this is becoming a bit of a scene. The other one is kind of really like trying to hold on tight to him, and he veers back to attempt to like smack the guy, and he does, but that only incenses the one who's being held back to sort of struggle against it harder. And that's when you get to within about 10-15 feet.
I'm just
Kind of branches him by the wrist, like, come on!
Well, are there people around?
Any people that you can see are either like people just sitting in alleyways that aren't even like, this is just whatever.
Okay,
people
well,
that are-
then I'm just gonna go up and be like, let him go!
It's you again. No, this is not of your business. Get out of here before you get hurt.
Well, why are you hurting him?
I wouldn't hurt him if you just come along.
Well, why does he have to come along with you? What is even the problem? Maybe I can help.
Cannot help. It's like, you can maybe go and get one of the. Shut up!
One of the what?
Duran, as you're following now, like behind Elevon, I guess.
Well, I would hope that I would notice if she tried to pass me before while I was sniffing, and then if she did, then I would follow.
Alright, so you're standing like near Elevon.
Yeah.
You're like kind of you got a beat on these two. You can tell that's the smell. You got senses of like everyone else around you. And as this commotion is going on, Elevon and Duran, you hear a voice from behind you. Please refrain from causing any commotion in the streets. At this point, the man who was struggling and the man who was holding him back kind of just freeze, and the guy drops the wrist.
I'm sorry. I've been trying to look at the Twitch at the same time, but it's completely frozen for me. Your camera is frozen for me. The combat cam is grayed out, and well, our characters do still pop up when we talk, but you're frozen, and yeah, there's no combat cam thing on it. I can see the live thing, but
Can you guys see it in Discord? Is it a problem in
I can see
Discord?
it on Discord, but I can for some
okay.
reason I can see it on Twitch. And you were frozen, but now, okay, there we go.
We good on Twitch now?
I think
Yep.
so. I don't see anything wrong on this side.
I don't know.
I see what. I think I see what.
Yeah, now the combat cam is up again, and you're moving. I even refreshed my page and everything, so it wasn't. Oh, I don't know what you're doing, Doom, but now the combat cam is grayed out again, and then it's frozen. I saw your mouse move, Doom, but there we go.
We good?
I don't know what you're doing, Dune. Stop doing whatever you're doing and making it go gray and making Zen stop.
It might be our connection here. It might be like lagging a little bit because
Well,
stuff has
how's
been
Discord
choppy
then?
for me
But how's Discord?
occasionally.
Discord's choppy.
Yeah.
Discord is fine for me.
So I turned off the stream for me. So like maybe that'll help a little.
I don't know.
If it is like on our end.
I don't know what you're doing, Dune, but whenever the whole combat cam goes gray, then Zen stops moving, so I don't know where whatever you're clicking, stop doing it.
That's weird. Hold on. And now I want to see what it is. And I'm gonna test it. Let me put OBS here. See that. Okay.
The Twitch stream seems fine for. Nope, there it goes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There you go. Stop doing that, Dune.
So it seems fine, right?
Yeah, if Dune doesn't click somewhere weird where I don't know, but
Oh, what just happened?
Did you update your Discord?
Me?
Probably not. Kinda just logged on.
Yeah. But this seems fine. Whatever you have. Oh, actually, you're resizing everything now. That seems okay. I don't know. Is that fixed, Cele?
Seems alright right now. I have to keep this thing. I have to keep it on the front. So nothing else can go on front of this window.
Weird.
Oh, Discord.
that's so weird.
What? Discord can't go in front of the. That's weird. Okay. All right, I got it. Okay.
Good.
Okay. Yes, we're good.
Okay. So, Elevon, you turn around to see a plague doctor.
Oh.
And immediately
Can you help this man?
I'm here to ensure that peace is maintained on the streets. Please refrain from causing disturbances. And then the aggressor who's there's like, he kind of just takes a step back, stammers a bit, and no problems here, promise. And he kind of just turns and begins to jog off. Like taking the closest alleyway and just getting out. The plague doctor then turns, kind of walks around the three of you, and then back up onto the side of the street and continues. Durand, with your amazing sense of smell and the good perception roll that you had, and the proximity with which the plague doctor had passed you by, you did get a whiff of them. Smells human. Smells like a person, humanoid, I would say. Very similar to, the scent that you were just following and can kind of pick up around you. The scent that Elevorn is kind of giving off. Maybe a bit cleaner than the other two men who were here before, but similar still. Unique in its own right, but of a similar vein. The man that was there's kind of looks a bit nervous, flustered. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Who was that?
Just some guys I owed some money to.
Who? What are their names?
I'm not entirely sure. They just know where, to find them. They have different things that they're known by, called, but names they're not too keen on.
Help me understand, please.
I just don't get involved with them. Don't make the mistake I did, I guess. Is all the understanding you probably need. Lucky that the doctor showed up when he did.
It wasn't luck. Let me help.
What do you mean?
I heard you're in trouble. I didn't want to get you in more trouble.
I mean, it's my own fault, really.
Is it though?
Well, I went to them when in the early days of the plague. Not the early days, but a while after the breakout. My brother, he got sick, so tried to pay for some medicines, any sort of cures or magical treatments or any sort of anything that people were proclaiming could help, but I ended up getting in a bit of financial problems because of it. My brother, he was always better at everything, so when that didn't work, well, there's not much for me to do on my own to make up what we had spent. So I'm in a bit of a hole, but no one's fault but my own. Just... I don't know. They'll be back. I don't know what to do.
Well, I mean, how much money did you borrow from them?
A lot. Is more than I thought, but I wasn't thinking about it at the time.
Well, I don't think anybody would. I mean, it was someone you cared about, your brother. You were trying to find a way to help him.
Yeah. And we're looking everywhere. Any medicine man or a witch doctor or anyone with any sort of weird thing that they claim to say, people took advantage of everyone's fear and paranoia, offered many different forms of treatments that, well, obviously none worked. But we didn't, not to say we didn't try. We tried a lot, and it cost quite a bit. Ended up having to borrow from them something on the order of 30 gold. Me and my brother, we had plans on how we would get to it, but once he got healthy, but the caveat to that was always once he got healthy, and that ended up not coming to pass, so once it was just me, is may as well have the plague take me, honestly. Good as dead anyway.
What happens to people? Like, you said that's not what... I heard you yelling, so what happens? I mean,
They get their worth out of you, one way or another. I've
what
heard
does that
stories on
mean?
their dealings prior to the plague, but once the plague broke out, obviously they had to find other ways of extracting this value from those who owed them. I don't know what exactly they do. I don't know where they do it from. Anyone who's smart about it, go prying. I do know it's not a painless experience, at least. So I was scared. Another stupid move on my part. Now they'll be upset. More upset with me than they even were before.
Do you ever see people that come back from whatever they do? Or do people just disappear?
Some come back. It's hard to say. They're very protective of their endeavors. So when they make deals with people, that news doesn't usually hit the streets in anything more substantial than rumors. So there are rumors when people do go missing, but I mean,
Is it people connected to them that go missing mostly?
I cannot say. I don't know. I don't know how they. I don't. I only know of my workings, my dealings with them. I don't know any of their other clients, lendees.
I tried to ask him what you owed and he wouldn't tell me. He wanted to extract it from you himself, whatever that means.
Probably nothing good for me, but
I'm
nothing
not
that
trying to
isn't
scare you. I
deserved.
still intend to help you. I just wish that I could figure out what was going
You
on.
shouldn't. You should not get involved with these people. It's fine. I'll make amends. I'll make amends.
How will you make amends? I don't understand what's going on here. This doesn't make any sense.
Don't know what to tell you. I owe them money, and they want the money I owe.
They don't. I could give you the money. I don't think they even want it.
Well, I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm saying I asked how much money you owed because I was going to just give him money. But he wouldn't tell me how much money he owed him. He just said that is private. What is the business? My business, my personal business, and all. Showing his dagger off and stuff like he's a tough guy, and I couldn't get anywhere. So I don't think he wants money. That's why I was wondering what it is.
I mean, it was my understanding that it was just about the money.
It may not.
What does he want then?
I don't know, and that's what I was trying to figure out from you, because you said I know what happens, so I was hoping you knew what happens.
I don't. And I certainly now don't want to find out. What do you think? What does that mean? If he doesn't want the money, what does he want with me then?
I'm not sure. We should find my friend and go somewhere like out of sight. I don't know. I wouldn't go back to your house. Do you want to come with me to find my friend?
Shh. I guess. Sure.
People
Right,
call me
Duen,
Squirrel.
where are you going? Sorry, what did you say, Nimue?
I was just going to introduce myself to him. Just be like, sometimes people call me Squirrel.
Okay. Oh, he's kind of confused at first, but then it's like, oh, okay, street name, okay. Yeah.
Bork.
Bork.
And this is yeah. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
What a name for a dog.
This is
I
name.
suddenly felt weird because I was like, I don't want to name the wrong something. This is my dog. His name is Fish. There we go.
Squirrel and fish, alright. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I don't think I learned fish come. Fish go.
Fish, sit.
Fish.
Fish, fetch. I'm just petting my fish.
I'm sorry.
Duen, you walk ahead of this guy. Just casually, no mind, I don't even know you. I'm just walking past you.
Yeah, I just walked past him and then ducked into an alleyway, I guess, and I'm gonna climb up on the roofs and start following the guy from there.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Hmm.
Go ahead and make a stealth check for me first. See if, just in case, just make a stealth check.
Uh, 27.
Okay. So you duck into an alleyway. You definitely climb up onto the rooftops and you just kind of stay low and begin to stalk this guy. Okay. Good to know. That is what you're doing.
That is what I'm doing, because I mean, yeah, he might not be going or wherever the whatever gang or something that he's working with is, but he might. I don't know. I'm just gonna follow.
Alright. Elevorn. Fish.
Bork.
I'm sorry. I didn't catch your name.
Well, I mean, I suppose if to stick with the theme, you can just call me Sparrow.
Not Sparrowhawk.
Sorry?
Nothing.
What'd you say?
Nothing. That's fine.
And just, if you're being cautious, I suppose I should as well.
That's fair. So, what did
Let
you
me
do?
on this inside joke. What does that mean, Nemo?
What?
What's the reference? I don't get it.
Don't get what?
You said not
Sparrowhawk.
sparrow. What?
I'm
What's
just
sparrow?
a nerd. I'm sorry.
What's sparrow? What is it?
Guys.
What is it? Am I getting an answer or no?
Oh, I'm unfamiliar.
I'm not even 100% sure what she said.
Sparrowhawk.
What is sparrowhawk?
Oh, no, I don't know.
Don't know either.
Nemo, please. I need to know. It's gonna be bothering me until I do. Fine, I'll look it up myself.
I guess you just pulled a cliffhanger on you, dude. Just gonna have to wait till next week to figure it out.
Is it just a different kind of bird?
No, it's just don't worry about it.
I want to. I'm worried about it. Oh. It's definitely that. That has to be it. Alright, I know what it is. So, it's a reference, right? She called herself a nerd, right? Here's my detective skills at work, see? So I just Google Sparrowhawk anime,
Mm-hmm.
and I see something by Studio
It's
Ghibli, and I know that has to be what she was referencing.
No, it's Earthsea. It's like it's a
Earthsea by Studio Ghibli and Disney, yeah.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
so
it's-
yeah, that's
it's a
what
series of
I
books
found
and-
it. I was like, oh, something by Studio Ghibli. That has to be it. Knowing Nemo.
Actually, the one by Studio Ghibli was just it's been around. That's all. It's like a set of
This
books
man,
and stuff.
this man now looks like this man, like hands
This
down.
man? He now looks like this man. Oh, what does he look like?
Let me see. Let's see if it doesn't freaking. Okay, well that's working. Thank God.
Oh dear. Why not? Sure. Which one?
Oh, yeah, that.
Jed? Ged? Is that him?
His name's Jed, but he has like everyone has like a secret name that's like their true name. And if you know
Oh.
something's true name, then you have power over it. And it was
His
just
name
a
is. Oh yeah. Okay.
really
So
funny
here we go.
moment in our
Yep,
session
sure, that's
and
what
the
he looks
series
like.
that we're playing,
That's
where I
what he
was
looks
like,
like. His real name is Ged. You guys don't know that.
so
That's
it
the
was
guy
just
that you're helping. Sure, I like it.
no,
Fair
it's
enough.
just funny because like it's his true name. His actual name is Jed, but it's like his actual true name. And if you know in the series of books, in the show and all that stuff, it's like if you know something's true name, then you have power over it. And so
Yeah,
when
like
you
how
said
demons work.
yeah, I guess.
This looks actually interesting.
No, and so like when you said Sparrow, it just kind of triggered that because we were going with like code names and like what's our real name and it's silly. Just never mind. Nobody got the joke. It's fine.
But I think in like demon and devilology, a true name isn't necessarily like a given name. Like my
No.
true name wouldn't be like what my actual birth name is. There's
No.
something like, deeper and more cosmological to it than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Now
It was
you're
just-
getting into
So the
spoilers.
Cosmos bestowed upon him the true name of Jed.
No, his true name isn't Jed. That's just his given name. His true name is Sparrowhawk.
Oh, I'm not sure which is worse.
What? You hating on my mad Sparrowhawk, dude? I like this
Well,
guy
here's the
already.
thing. If I had a true, right, if you have a true name that if somebody knows, they have complete like control over you, or some modicum of control over you, any amount of control over you. Why would you want your true name to be anything that could come up in any like? I don't want some bird watcher somewhere to suddenly like have me like a voodoo doll because they're watching a sparrowhawk. And they're like, oh man, look at this bird. That's an awesome Eurasian sparrowhawk. Come over here, sparrowhawk. And then I'm just incensed to go to Africa, to fucking France or something because the guy's watching a bird and accidentally utters my true name.
I think it has to be like with intent and purpose for that to work, but you know. And that's just
Fair.
it, is people are very secretive about their true names. You know, because why would you, exactly like you said?
Well, yeah. Why would anyone ever? Okay, anyways. I mean, we've derailed enough. It's close enough to break time. Let's go ahead and take a break. May as well.
Right.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It was interesting. I like it. I learned something today. Not sure what that is, but I think I did. Are we back on?
You betcha.
Alright, Elavoin, Durand, and Sparrow. Or rather, Squirrel, Fish, and Sparrow. You got a homeward bound thing going on here. Where are you guys going? So you're gonna go try to meet back up with your friend.
I'm just going to use my bracelet and be like, hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just following that other guy. So, how about you?
I have the guy that they were roughing up. I don't know much, but it's all very weird.
I'm doing perfectly okay. Thanks for asking. Oh. Never mind.
Oh, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, it's well. What are you guys going to do now? Then, if you have the guy and
Well, since you have the other, guy, I'll just let me know, if anything. Okay?
yeah, I'll let you guys know.
Okay, so after a while of following this guy on the rooftops in Adadion, he eventually does meet up with the other one that you had seen. You follow him to a residential area, and you kind of stay looking just out of sight on the rooftop as he's kind of like waiting impatiently until the other guy shows up, kind of out of breath. And you hear, what happened? Where is he? You were supposed to bring him here. I know, I was going to, but the other woman and the dog followed, and then, well, it's like, well, why don't you just take care of them? I was going to. I was going to. Then one of the plague doctors showed up. See him take back. Ah, shit. Alright, well, guess that can't be helped. But we'll pay a visit to our friend later then. Damn doctors. Alright. Well, I guess perhaps we shouldn't raise too much trouble for the rest of the day if they already have their eyes out for us, so I'll see you later then. Normal spot? Yes, normal spot. And they split and head different directions.
I'm gonna keep following the first guy that I was already following.
Okay. You follow him for maybe about 10-15 more minutes. He walks towards a place of the city that you are fairly familiar with, and he goes into a sort of hole-in-the-wall looking pub, it seems. And that's where you lose sight of him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna follow him or anything. I'm gonna use the bracelet and well, he met up with the guy he was with first. Well, of course not the one they were trying to shake up, but they probably aren't going to do anything today, but maybe later they're still going to try to come for the guy. And I followed the one that I was following still a bit further, and he just went into a pub, so I don't think I should follow him in there.
Yeah, that might be. He knows who we are. I mean, he's seen us, so. Hmm.
You have a couple minutes on the polymorph spell.
Yeah, I know. I should be kind of like having been walking us towards the temple or something.
Okay.
Should
The
I
temple
just
is more than a couple minutes away from where you are right now.
meet you guys at the temple, or do you guys want to meet up somewhere else?
Well, where am I right now? I'm just kind of like looking around.
You're not entirely familiar with the city as far as, I know exactly where I am back of the hand. Walking towards a more, getting towards a more like open, like main road, you can kind of see that you're about halfway between the first tavern that you guys went into in the city and the tavern that you guys had bought rooms in.
Is there an alleyway nearby?
Oh yeah, like you had to come out of an alleyway to kind of get your bearings and try to figure out where you were.
Can I just like kind of um how do I want to do this? Let's see. Okay, so I'll just speak with animals with her and be like, I have to like cast it again. Can you go in the alleyway over there? Like right near us, and then I'll follow him in.
Sure, I think I understand this.
You can't speak with animals, so yeah, you would.
And then when the guy is like following us and be like, oh, what is that over there? And then use my 6 seconds to cast polymorph on him again.
Make a deception check. The most. What's that?
Oh, look, it's a flying pig.
Oh, look, a distraction.
Is that meteor heading right towards us?
That is an 18.
18. He turns around and you take them when you begin to cast a spell as Sparrow. It's like, that's well, that's a. I'm not entirely sure. I don't visit it too often. I believe it's a store of some kind. It seems like it's open. I believe that's a textiles of some kind. It's what it says. The sign's a bit faded. Are you in need of new clothing or something? Or I'm not entirely sure. I could. And he's like kind of just going. And he's like, it looks like they're open. Maybe.
Oh, we should go take a look in a minute.
All right. So you recast polymorph. Are you allowing it, Durand? Are you trying to resist?
What if I said yes?
Well, then you would need to make
No.
a save. Okay. All right.
And then just kind of like apologize to him again, like using speak with animals. I'm like, I'm sorry. I know you want to be you. I would, but it's just now.
I think I'm fine. I know I have to be like this.
Shaking himself.
Yeah, literally. Thanks, Senator, for the assist.
And like having heard around do that, I'm just gonna be all excited and like give him a hug because like he hasn't really said anything, So Theron's like, bro,
Other than Bork.
yeah, he's just been working on stuff. You are in there.
You are there still. I haven't ruined it. He's very floofy. Okay.
Let's go shopping. It's our favorite thing.
Yay.
Now, you need something right now. I mean, I'm sure we could take a look.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All right. I mean, I'll follow you, I suppose. Any do you have any plans? Where are we going? Like you said, it probably isn't best for me to head back home, but I don't really have anywhere else to go.
No, I understand. I do have a plan. I just, yeah.
Anywhere around here in this area of the city, they pretty much want.
Oh, true. Oh, okay. So I'm just going to kind of like at the person, like, we should probably go to the temple, you know, like so that Neridion hears me too.
Yeah. I'll respond. Well, I'll meet you guys over there then, I guess.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, we should go to the temple. Yeah. No, it's what Sparrow hears.
Okay. Are they allowing people in again?
Oh, I think we might be able to come up with some kind of arrangement.
Okay.
Oh, are you devout? I mean, do you
I
believe
mean,
or
I
follow?
certainly believe, perhaps not as fervently as one should, but I'm, I do.
Well, what do you believe in? I mean, unless you don't want to talk about it, it's okay. I just,
Well, I
while we're
mean,
walking.
yeah, while walking and talking. Well, I I was growing up here. You have the temples which are built in the city, and those are the ones which you learn the most about, the Raven Queen, as well as I believe further away from my home, so I didn't attend many of those services. There's a temple to Melora in the city as well. So those are the two ones that I'm most knowledgeable on. I, of course, know of the others that the Empire worships, and I respect them. But I had never mind.
What is it? I mean, what interests you? What are you?
Hmm?
I said, what is it? Like, I'm interested, like, what interests you? Like, have you
You
heard
can see
stories?
he's a bit cautious. Make a persuasion check.
That is another 18.
Well, I mean, if uh, you've helped me today, at least saved me from a deal of bodily harm, if not worse. Back when my brother and I were looking for help, looking for anything, there was someone that came by and for a moment gave hope and actually seemed to help, and I do believe to this day that they did give me more time with my brother than I would have had otherwise. Unfortunately, the sickness still took him, but I suppose there is another that I hold fondly, but it's a more recent discovery, and not one which is held by the Empire's laws. I suppose that bit of hope that this man gave myself and my brother, that feeling of it has lingered and persists. So I do practice outside of the prescribed gods. I know that's blasphemous, but can't help what I feel is right.
Well, what do you feel is important? But I'm curious. I am curious about all kinds of stuff, you know, not out of like any, uh, you know, if you care to share more about it.
Well, it's not a particularly well-known one. It's like it was perhaps no more than 3 weeks, a month ago, that I had even heard of this entity. But the envoy for them proved to be very capable. They were very kind, giving, helpful, and more than anything, like I said, they brought hope, which is something that, since the plague broke out in Worthy, and if I'll be honest, I haven't led the best of lives. So even before that is a feeling I hadn't had in quite some time. Something that, even though I acknowledge the proper deities, I did not find in them.
What were they called? I mean, if you don't mind.
It's fine, like I said, it's probably not common knowledge by any means, so I can't tell you much about what their beliefs or dogma would be. All that I can tell you is that, it's something that I think about, something that I do wish to learn more on, and hopefully, if the city can be saved and I survive through it, I will be able to. There was an individual who came through and hadn't seen them before. They spoke with my brother and I when he was still alive. They did something. I don't know if it was magic or prayer or some other sort of power, but they made him better for a time being. Enough time, at least, for us to have a last conversation. The sickness had, at that time, put him in a sort of state where he could not even speak, so this person was able to give us at least that. We didn't have much to give, and they didn't ask for much in recompense. Anyway, all they requested was, when we could afford to, or pay mine to just remember to think and to light a candle in the evening. They said that they were a messenger for one called the Sunbringer.
Oliver looks all excited like she's about to burst.
Never heard of them before this, and like I said, there's no knowledge that I can find of anybody within the city other than a few others who share similar stories but are fairly private about it until it comes up and people realize they have a shared experience, even though it be a illicit one in the eyes of the Empire. Have you heard of this? What are you so giddy about?
Yes!
Do you know more about them? Can you tell me anything?
I guess maybe we traveled in a similar direction. Came upon others who had a favorable, positive experience with probably the same person that you're talking of.
Have you met them?
I have not, but very curious myself as well about it. Them.
I see.
It was
makes sense.
very similar, though, to, light candles in the evening and
still do that almost every evening. I have to pay mine to just as much as I let the candles burn. I don't have much to spend on that commodity anymore, but I still do, just to give a bit of hope for, what comes next.
Hopefully, there will be more things to be hopeful about soon. I'm hoping. But,
I can prescribe to that. And so at this point, you
Pork.
guys are. Yep, good job. The temple. Dion, are you meeting them at the temple?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys regroup outside of the temple to the Raven Queen. Along the way, you have passed a plague doctor or two. They don't pay you any mind.
Well, you guys took your time.
sorry I had, fish here, and I pet her all over. That only lasts so long.
I will bark confused.
Confused and barking.
Exactly.
The three of us are acquainted in some way. I'd like to, I suppose, thank you for intervening on my behalf. It is absolutely something that you did not need to do.
Well, we're sometimes like that, definitely. We intervene in things.
Most would simply pass on by, and I wouldn't blame them.
Yeah, that's kind of sad thing, I guess, in this world. People don't intervene enough, but at the moment, I guess it is what it is, but
So, what might I call you? I've already met your friends Squirrel and your dog Fish. Curious name.
uh,
And Albert's just shrugging and just mouthing, I'm sorry.
well, I guess you could call me Cat.
Well, cat it is. You can call me Nighthawk. I'm Batman.
Okay.
No,
Weirdo.
weirdo. I guess we've agreed then that I'll be referred to as Sparrow. At least for the time. What is the intent here? I'm sorry, I'm just still a bit nervous about encountering those men again, and I don't want to head back to my home.
Yeah, about that. Well, they're not going to do anything today, apparently, but they definitely are gonna come after you later on, so.
Figured. Oh, unfortunately, leaving the city is completely out of the question, but at least to my knowledge, they don't have run over the entire city. There are places I could potentially hide. Um, if I could ask for your aid in this.
Well, we've helped you so far, so I guess I'm looking at, well, fish and squirrel.
Maybe we should go inside and find our other friend.
Yes,
I
we.
mean, if you guys want to wait a minute, I can check and make sure everything's okay and go get our friend.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you doing, Elevon?
Just motioning to Fish to Ron to come with me.
Oh yeah, I understand hand
Here,
gestures.
fishy.
Yep. I got those.
Bark, bark.
Bark, bark, indeed. All right, so you go up to the temple. It is locked.
So we'll just knock and wait a
You
few
knock on the
minutes.
door. It's opened by one of the members of the temple who recognizes you. It's a female priestess of the Raven Queen, one that you have not met. Oh, you're back. I was told to expect you. I was not told to expect an animal, however.
But don't worry, he won't be for long. It's just developments happened. It's the wrongs, my friend. The tall one who can
Oh,
make a in place.
okay.
And
Very well. I
Nerdia.
understand very well.
And I'll remedy this shortly. But there was somebody in trouble in the marketplace. So, yeah.
What kind of trouble do they have to deal with? The investigation, that you and those here are working towards?
It might be. I'm not certain. Um, I couldn't figure it
You
out, but
and
they need.
your friends were a unique circumstance. We can't simply fling open the doors to the temple for anyone in need of shelter. That's dangerous. Not yet, anyway. Not until you, figure out the rest of this. Anyways, come on in. I'm sure Gertrude or I can find somebody else to speak with you.
Okay. Yes, of course. I do understand. I just needed to.
Okay, so you head in. The door closes behind you. Cat, you're left outside with Sparrow.
And we'll just drop the polymorph spell immediately so Durant can be Durant
Okay.
again.
Very good. Durand, you are Durand again on your hands and knees.
Ugh.
Check it out. Check it out.
Get up. Worth. Immediately.
Hmm? And not long after, Bernard joins you as you walk a little bit further into the temple. Welcome back. What seems to be going on? Do you have news on Brelin and your intents to approach them?
We did find some information. Uh, I'm not quite sure. I mean, we haven't really fully decided what to do, and traveling around the city has become kind of difficult. Um,
I see.
it seems they're looking for Durant.
Well, in that case, I suppose if you have a lead, we should act on it sooner rather than later.
Probably. Temporarily, would it be okay for someone to come in while we decide what to do? Because Durant can't be outside. At this moment, I'm not sure where we could go, where Durant will be.
Who
Out.
are they? It's not that friend of yours, is it?
Oh no. This was a man, a young man who is being assaulted in an alleyway over money, I guess. I'm not certain, and I don't know if it's related to what we're, you know, uh,
Unfortunately, that is not a uncommon tale in the city at the moment, especially in the poorer areas. What is unique about
so
this man?
this is happening everywhere.
I mean, not everywhere, I suppose.
Well,
For whatever they may or may not be, peacekeepers, the
I
plague doctors are fairly effective at that job. For whatever reason, the people fear them and, as such, don't make as much trouble as they otherwise probably would, considering the circumstances.
well, I did try to find out, like, he owes money, so like how much money, because if they're interested in money, then well, they would tell me, right? He wouldn't tell me and seemed not interested, and I don't know what they're doing with people then, because he wanted the guy. You know, like it just, if they wanted money, wouldn't he say how much money, or that he wanted the money, or.
Depends on the individual, I suppose. Can't say for certain. Anyways, I suppose bring them in. I'm not entirely sure if we'll be able to shelter them here, but we could certainly work to figure something out.
I just wanted time to make a plan, really.
That should be that should be doable.
Thank you. I appreciate this a lot.
Alright. So, Cat and Sparrow, you then enter. It's like, oh, uh, hello. I don't believe we've met. Is this the friend you were speaking of, Squirrel?
Yes, this is our friend. And I'm motioning to the front.
I go after. I think I just use my last name. You're very even speaking.
Sorry?
I'll introduce myself.
As?
Yeah. Hi. You can call me. Wait, do I know that we were using like animal code names from before?
Well, he did just refer to me to Elvord as Squirrel.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but that's not a natural. Nary is still not cat to me. I don't know
Well,
what to do.
introduce yourself however you want.
I'm trying to put some actual thought into this. Alright, so I wouldn't know animal code. Yeah, so I'll go with the same one I used before, which was Yildirim.
What is it?
Yildirim.
Yildirim? You are the dragon.
I am the dragon.
Alright, Yildirim. I would say at least a normal name, but I am not completely comfortable with the draconic tongue. Forgive me if I have butchered it.
Nothing to be sorry about.
So, you guys get a little bit comfortable and begin to discuss the plans and talking about how to help Sparrow out here. You learn about these individuals, not names, but you do understand that they're not this huge, powerful like syndicate. They're more of a, you know, street gang thug style people who definitely have an area that they have control and influence over, but it's not the entire city by any means. Um, it's more kind of the area in the like more south of the city, kind of around where Alexander lives, in that kind of area, and you get an understanding that if you go further north into the city, their reach begins to wane quite quickly. So I suppose if I could find a place up there, at least for a little while, maybe a couple places to move between, I doubt they would be able to find me, at least not quickly. But the issue with that is I don't exactly have a place or the ability to procure one up there. So right now it's the three of you, Sparrow and Bernard, who are in this circle of conversation.
I'm just going to guess that pretty much, most people don't have the means to acquire a place over there.
I mean, if there's a
Or-
certain amount of money that's owed, can't we just accommodate for that?
Well, if Squirrel is right, then they don't want the money, and it's just a ruse in the end. They just lend the money, let the people spend it, and then when the time is to collect, they don't want the money. They are going to take the person.
I mean, sometimes I am not the best at, getting people to answer questions. And, sometimes I get a little angry, so maybe I jumped a little bit there, but it really did seem like they didn't care about the money. Because, I mean, if I just give this person money, I don't know that he'll be okay, because.
Until, well, I guess you brought it up. It was my assumption that it was just about the money. I don't know what they had intended for me, given that I was unable to pay it back, but if you know something I do not, then
Well, I did ask. I was like, so, did you think that he would ever be able to pay back the money, given the state of things? Because, it's the city is in a bad way right now, obviously. And he's like, it's not my business to, you know, figure out if they can pay or not. That they just come to me and I accommodate that. So I was like, so you never, I wasn't vague about it. I was like, well, how much money? Because maybe we could help, you know. I mean, that's pretty direct, right?
it is. Bernard speaks up. I do not pretend to understand the business of such people, but I could see it going either way. Anyways, the three of you, you've been in the city longer than you've been staying here in the temple. Where is it where you stayed before?
Oh, right. You did pay for those, didn't you? I'm like looking at the cat or there they are.
Um,
What?
actually, could you say that again, Nemo? I don't know.
Oh, I just was going we're talking about the goodly spirits inn, so it's just like, all right, we did. I think there, Cat paid for that. Like, you have room set up for us.
You stayed there
Ah.
like one night, I think. 1 or 2 nights.
Yeah,
Just one night.
It was that one in the Goodly Spirits that we stayed in, but why?
Oh, will that be far enough away, do you think, from everything that it would be safe for a while?
If what Sparrow here said is true about this group's reach, that would be outside of it. Yes, I believe far enough north. Now, perhaps looking for another place or two, like not staying in the same place for too long, would be smart. But again, if our previous issues are to be resolved quickly, then hopefully you'll be able to travel elsewhere in the near future. Sparrow's visibly confused, but like kind of
I
leaning.
see what you mean. Yeah, maybe we should. Well, that's a little complicated, I guess. Well, I guess we could go there, right?
I don't see why not. Well, besides the big blue here.
Well, what do you mean? Sparrow speaks up.
Well, if the inn is out of the gang's reach, then we could at least get you a room for a night or few.
I would be very much appreciative and, well, do not wish to say in your debt. That has gotten me into trouble recently. I would very much appreciate it. But what's wrong with Yildirim here?
Oh, he has stuff that he has to attend here at the temple, so, um, you know, services and whatnot, so.
Ser- Services?
Well, temple service things, whatever they do over these things.
Whatever these temple people do. Bernard's just.
I don't know the actual terms, I'm
I'm mouthing. I'm sorry to Bernard. Then again, Mary doesn't honestly know. She doesn't go to temple.
Alright. Well, Dallas, it was nice meeting you, and a bit unfortunate, as it would seem. I feel like if you were out there with your friends, it would, be able to put a stop to their arrogance a bit sooner.
Oh, it's okay. I'm sure they had it under control.
Indeed, they did. Well, yes, Bernard speaks up. Should probably tend to that sooner rather than later so we can get to other matters.
Yeah, I could, you guys could stay. I mean, I'm sure we'll be fine if you want to come with me, Sparrow, and I'll take you to the inn.
Alright. Yes. Okay. The further away, the quicker we get from here. If what Kat said is true, then it should be fairly safe, at least for the day, to move on without them actively searching me out. If anything, they would be hovering near my home, so we'll avoid that, for sure.
Okay, yeah, you're right, the sooner. Yes, let's do that.
Okay. So he gets up, and and Elevorn and Sparrow begin to head towards the exit when Sparrow turns around. Actually, one thing. Uh, well, thank you, Squirrel. Thank you, Cat. Um, I would like to say thank you to Fish as well. Where is he?
Oh, they probably have him back in the kitchen. He's fine.
Okay. I mean,
Well, I'll give him some pats from you later on.
all right. I guess that works. Sure, I couldn't see him for a moment.
I'm just going to look at the round questioningly.
I mean, if you
Pork?
want
Or-
to, if you are willing,
I will go and get him. What are you
yeah, I can go get him.
Okay, I'll help you.
I can just go see him in the kitchen. I don't mean for this to be a trouble.
Oh no, he's just popular. It's okay. We'll be right back. You just
Oh,
have a
There is trying not to laugh.
okay. Goes and sits down and next to you, Netadian. Do honestly appreciate the aid that you have given me, but your friends are a bit odd.
Yeah, they can be a little bit odd well, but once once you spend time with them, it all makes sense.
Well, I'll have to take your word for that. So, Elevon and Daran, you head to a different room. Kitchen, you don't even know where that is in this temple if there is one.
Alright,
But
it doesn't need to be.
yeah,
Thankfully,
Go in there.
Bernard hasn't said
you
that
cast
that's
the
not the way
polymorph
to
spell.
Oh no, I was gonna talk to him for a minute.
Oh, okay, talk to him then.
Are you sure this is okay? I mean, I don't really know how to explain it, but I mean, if you don't want to be a dog again, and also, I don't know if you want to. How are you?
I'm fine. I was looking forward to explaining to Bernard what we kind of gone through for the rest of the day, trying to make preparations for tonight, but this is fine. I'm sure Neri can let him know. We're scanning
Okay.
this.
All right. I mean, if you're sure, I just, and it's not that I wanted to leave you behind or anything. I just, you know, I'm, I'm sorry.
But no, that's fine. Nothing to apologize for.
I think that
It's
he didn't want you to go along. It was just like he just wanted to say bye to the doggy.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're gonna go out with them. You can say you're staying in the temple probably, Duran, if you want.
that's a waste of a spell. I'm going.
Keep that eye going.
Okay. So, all right. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm quite used to it at this point.
I'll cast polymorph.
All
Okay.
right, Durand becomes fish.
I drown.
Ah, I can't breathe.
He's flopping on the floor like magic art.
Like a fish.
Oop.
Oh, not an actual fish. What if I was turned into like a oh god, what do they call those?
Yeah, I can't remember now either what those fish are that can actually breathe air for
Seal?
some time.
What if I turn into a seal?
A seal
Those
is
are
not
like
a fish.
those are like fish
Those are
dogs, sort of.
Dogs?
Sea dogs.
Sea
Turn
puppers.
me into the Alright, I'm gonna go say bye to my fan.
Mud skippers. Is that what you're thinking of?
Probably.
All right. So you're bounding out of the kitchen. Comes fish. Oh, there he is. And he reaches down and scritches Duran's fish behind the ears. It's like, thank you, boy. You're a good one.
No.
Just, yep.
Yep. Yeah.
Scooby-Doo like, "Ruff, ruff."
Does he have an aleck with the tail? What is that?
Oh no.
No. Elavon, are you coming out too?
Yep.
Alright. Well, I do think that Ready to go then? Sorry for, I guess, the trouble of wanting to see Fish here. I didn't realize how popular he was.
Well, he's such a good boy, so yeah, he's very popular.
Alright.
Pork.
He nods to Bernard. Priest, Cat, Fish, goodbye. He looks towards the slightly open door. Yildirim, it was nice meeting you.
Oh, there was so much stuff to do. He wanted me to let you know that he was very happy to meet you and happy that we're able to help you.
Alright. Well, hopefully not the last time. Or, I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, we can head out.
Okay. Is Fish going with you or no?
That would be up to Fish.
Yeah, I'm going.
You can stay if you want to talk to Bernard.
Or
How am I even?
What?
What do I break the spell when she leaves?
Oh, I can,
You can drop it when
if,
she
if you're not
leaves.
coming.
You could bark at Bernard.
No, I'll just go.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, I wouldn't be like upset if you stayed because that was the intention. So, like, you can
Okay.
Okay, no, fine. I'll stay. Yeah, I mean, I guess it does make more sense, anyways.
All right.
Please stay.
So, Elevorn and Sparrow leave. Elevorn, as the doors close behind you, you drop the polymorph spell, and Duran, you return to your blue dragonborn form.
Nice.
How does it feel like to be a dog?
You can try it.
You can ask Elva when she comes back if you want to.
Maybe not.
Or maybe you'd like to try being a cat?
Well, that might be better, actually, yes.
Interesting name. If I knew that you guys were going for some sort of animal, maybe I would have picked
Well,
something.
I only went off with what Eleanor was doing, so.
This is my dog, Fish.
I said I was sorry.
Alright, so you guys begin to discuss things with Bernard. Gertrude, the priestess, comes out as well. As Elevorn, you take Sparrow to the Goodly Spirits Inn. You guys have rooms there. Now, I guess, an spare space that you have less people than you had initially checked in with. 2 less, to be exact. So, you set him up in the room in the tavern. He thanks you again. He's like, I'll have to go out and should I try to do some work here? Maybe pick up a bit of coin for myself. I want to at least go out, maybe. I feel compelled to scrounge up a few copper for a candle. I have things to be thankful and hopeful for, and the fact that you crossed my path, and I mean, it's got to be a sign of something better to come, right?
Where is the candle shop? Maybe I could get one and bring it to you. Or, you know what? Here, and I'm just going to hand him, I'm gonna hand him like 2 gold.
Fistful of coin.
Just cause I was like, I don't know which is which, so just here, have some the shinier ones.
My dog usually handles my money for me.
I mean, I could go with you to the candle shop.
Are you sure? So this is, I mean, well more
Is
than
it not enough that I get the wrong ones again?
No. You've done more than enough. Thank you.
Well, you need to be careful though, so don't just go out all the time. You know, you don't want to be.
I'm not planning on making a scene or staying out longer than I need to, but there's good that has happened to me today that makes me want to look forward to more. So, I mean, you're not unlike the person who came through and helped me and my brother out. Yeah, a blessing is what it is. Another chance and a chance for hope. And if I can't figure out or find literature or knowledgeable persons on this Sunbringer, I mean, maybe it's up to me to find out what exactly they mean. And I think I might be starting to understand.
Alright, well, if you get into trouble, you can maybe find us. Well, I'll try to check in, but maybe the temple might help you. I'm not sure. I mean, it's not the best, but
I'd rather not venture down through that part of the city again, but I will do my best to stay out of trouble.
and just I'm Ella Varn, and I'm going to put out my hand to shake his.
Jed.
What did he say?
Jed.
Oh, nice. It's very nice to meet you, Jed.
Nice to meet you as well. Alright. So you head back to the temple where you guys are in discussion about the plans. So as Elevorn is led back in by another member of the Temple of the Raven Queen, Durand and Nedadion, you've been discussing things with Bernard and Gertrude. It's like, so one way or another, you know the whereabouts or a potential location for where Brelin is to be expected at a certain time. That's probably as good as we're going to get. Now, what we need to know is when you plan on acting, because we need to be ready. If this goes up to the Sanviniques and they are what they appear to be, they're going to not. That information is going to spread fast, so we have to be faster. We have to be there, ready to take down the barrier and confront them. This is not something that we'll be able to dally with after you get what you need out of Brelin.
Well, I agree we need to act fast on this. I would be pretty much ready to do it almost like right away.
Bernard speaks up. I do agree that time is something we should be conscious of. But I'm not sure if we should enter this with haste exactly. Once we get the stone rolling, absolutely, we need to be quick and sure of our movements and actions, but I feel like we should be sure on the right time to put this plan into motion. If you're ready tonight or soon, we will be ready as well. We have been preparing for this. But if you feel like you need more time, we certainly understand that as well.
We do have something being made for us, but I'm not sure if it'll be ready tonight or next night. I A lot has happened today.
Yeah, those things. We need to go and check if they would be ready soon, I guess. At least
So
at
it
some
was
point.
2 weeks ago, but we started the session pretty much right after you had just done that. So you were just coming from Alexander's house,
Feels like a lot longer.
right? But
I
yeah,
think
they
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 mentioned
won't
it
be
would be
done by
done.
tonight. They should be done possibly before tomorrow evening. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So, do we delay a day? I mean, can we afford to? And also, I guess it's just weighing that. Should we be concerned, like, that we need those? Or,
I don't think we might not need it for this in particular.
Well, I don't. Hmm.
The thing
Uh,
is, whatever it is you need, once we do this, once we confront Brelin and the Plague Doctors, we have to be ready to take down the fog wall. And you have to be ready then to confront the Sarpaniques. It's not something that we can delay in between. If we don't take advantage of the ability to take down that barrier, they'll find a way to put another one back up that we here at the temple had absolutely no part in constructing.
I see, so it would be better to delay it a day then. It'd probably be safer overall as well, considering we were in there not too long ago. They'd probably be expecting us, possibly.
And if
Maybe.
they're looking for you, then perhaps it's best to, if we are not going this evening, then waiting here instead of venturing out into the city.
Yeah, they are. Well, since the round over here is big and blue, very distinguishable, they're mainly looking for him.
Yeah, I was thinking I'd wait around here, maybe help you with that task I had asked of you, actually.
Remind me? Oh, the whole.
The holy water.
Yep. Yes. Believe we have the components for that. If I'm not sure if you have if you're studied in its preparation and.
um, I don't know if it's just me, but it's lagging a lot.
Is it for you guys too?
But the stream?
The stream or
No.
Discord?
Discord. Maybe it's just my computer. I'm sorry.
No, Discord is fine for me.
Is it still bad for you, Nemo?
It seems to have cleared up now. Sorry.
Okay. I'm not sure if you have you done this before, Daran. Would you like? We have enough for. I believe 4 or 5 doses. 4 or 5 vials of it. I could certainly use the help. It would cut down on time if we have a time in mind for when we're going to begin.
Yeah, I'm not extremely experienced at it, but I'm pretty confident.
All right. I mean, I'm not sure how those of your temple would prepare it, but I would be happy to learn those techniques, and I could share with you those that we here under the Raven Queen use to concoct holy water.
Oh, I'd definitely be happy to learn.
Gertrude speaks up, and that brings us to, I suppose, a question that we've had. Final point, I suppose, until we are just about ready to go into this. You have allied yourself with a rather unsavory and untrustworthy individual. Now, we here are certainly of a mind to rid worthy of these creatures who have no place here, no purpose here, and not only on the city, but period. And while you may believe this friend of yours is acting in the same interest as us or you, we do not share that belief. So while regardless, we will be there, ready to take what you have learned or what you can gain from Brelin to deconstruct the barrier. None at the temple here will stand alongside you should that creature be there with you. At least not closely. I simply do not trust them.
Well, I haven't dealt much with that kind of creatures, what they are, but I guess they're. I mean, I understand why they aren't really trustworthy, I guess, but I don't know what to say about with the whole thing.
You don't exactly have to trust him, and I don't think that any of us are asking you to, fight alongside him or anything like that. It's just, from the moment that we met this person, he has been concerned about the people here in the Worthy. And, you know, um, it's just looking at the problem from all angles is what we're doing. Trying to find the best solutions that we can. So, you know, um, I don't believe that he would be entirely comfortable fighting along you either. So, I don't think that's something that we want. Either party wants. So,
Well, in that case, I suppose the one thing that would need to be discussed is whether or not you'll be accepting the aid that Vanard can bring in a fight, or this other entities. Once you have made that decision, then I suppose Vanard will know his way forward. Regardless, myself and a few other experienced clerics of the temple will be laying out a plan to be in wait in the area when you confront Brelin so that we can convene at the barrier wall and be ready to dispel it. Or attempt to, at the very least.
that sounds fair. And, we do. I mean, I appreciate that you're helping us, that we're able to work together. Um,
You have proven that there's something going on in the city that we were unaware of, something that needs to be taken care of. So what we do for not just the people of Worthy, but the interests of the Raven Queen. She stands. Well, Bernard, suppose you should begin to prepare the holy water. I'm going to go tend to other matters of preparation. As before, and of course, the three of you are welcome to shelter here for the night, so long as you need.
Thank you again for that you keep sheltering us here.
Of course. She stands and walks off to another area of the temple. Bernard stands and lets you know that he's going to go procure the ingredients that you had gave him money to procure. And so the three of you are left in relative privacy to have whatever conversation that you want to have. If you want to have one.
So, how did it go with the sparrow?
It was okay. He's at the inn now. I told him to kind of just lay low and stay there, you know.
Well, that's good then. Everything went fine with that trip, and
I mean, yeah, this is like kind of an impossible choice.
yeah.
Just difficult. I mean, I understand what it is to stick to someone's convictions, so...
I'm worried that he might show up anyway, and then what, do they attack him? Or, because he's not going to just not be there.
Yeah, he's definitely going to show up. I mean, when we go pick up the things, we could go at a time when he might be awake and then discuss with him.
Though, if you
I mean, we could do that tonight.
I guess. But then again, Elwon, can you even polymorph him again?
I could, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
if we go at night, it should be fine. Shouldn't be out there at night anyways. Blue Dragonborn or not.
Well, the only thing that I can think of is to delay it further and just do it in the morning of after tomorrow night, because then Alexander definitely won't be there, and that way they definitely won't attack him.
But he won't be there, or didn't they say that he frequented night in the tavern?
Yeah, he's more at the evening and night of there.
Basically, like, you've noticed that there seems to be like a shift change around sundown for the plague doctors, where some of them like head home and some of them begin to, like, obviously there are ones that still patrol at night, so you have seen plague doctors go home and go to bed, right? So from what you learned from the bartender was that around sundown, or maybe a little bit before, Roland does go into that tavern, the Gentle Swill, and that's where he usually is almost every night, according to the bartender there. According to, what was her name?
Somewhere in the chat.
Babs.
Trilon? Barbara?
Yeah.
Babbitt.
So the time and place are kind of locked in. And it's at a time such that, you could take either one. Imagine that. What a coincidence.
You did this to us.
You did
I
this.
gave you a choice. I did this to you. I actually.
You
How
gave
dare
us a
I
choice.
give you a choice? I'm sorry. I'll refrain from doing that.
Horrible. But yeah, he goes there by sundown at least. So I don't know. Maybe even he is a vampire too because he goes there sundown.
I mean, I don't know that that's not. I mean, it's possible, probably, right?
Maybe. But I guess we will figure that out once we go catch him.
That is totally possible, because Alexander drinks tea, right? So it's not like you can rule it out because he's definitely human because he's in a bar, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't necessarily drink even over there. He sure might order something, but he might not drink. He might just take even little sips. But yeah, Alexander drank tea, so
I don't know the rules.
I don't
Yeah,
know
no,
the rules either.
I wouldn't let it plague your thoughts too much. I mean, night shift workers do exist.
Well,
Yeah, I guess they do. I'm technically a night worker myself, but since I met you guys, I'm not that much.
Oh, what a shame.
see what you did? That was good.
But
Speaking of,
still,
have you heard from Isaiah recently?
no.
I guess he's dead.
Wow.
I mean, I don't have the means and
Yes, you do.
airlift, and well,
You do right
yeah.
now, actually. Go ahead.
But we're not talking about Isaiah at the moment.
We could be. We could be
No,
talking
we
to Isaiah at the
have,
moment.
I mean, you said it, yeah, you could be.
but what would it? But I'm still saying that this guy could be a vampire. We have to take that in consideration.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would be a little bit funny. That would mean that. Well, I guess I shouldn't say it. Never mind.
No, say it.
Well, I mean, for all of their, we have, we refuse to work with their kind and stuff. They might have already.
Yeah, you're right. That would be funny. I actually want him to be a vampire so I could see their faces and when they realize that they have been working with a vampire.
I mean, they kind of already have.
Yeah,
because-
but it's like it's like they're. But yeah. Anyways,
I mean, not trying to be difficult or, unkind. I understand, to an extent.
yeah, I mean, I understand it to an extent also, but well, still, at this, they wouldn't have to be that strict on this whole thing, I guess. But I don't think we can convince them other way or anything. So
Durand, I don't suppose he probably didn't have any time. We've been running around like crazy, but have you talked with them about your experience, or, you know?
Oh, I spoke briefly to Bernard. I don't think anything from that particular. She. Nothing that really happened then, I think, would make that much of a difference in the way that they see things, because he didn't really say anything different in the way that they believe. At the end of the day, people can perceive things however they want to. My perception of my meeting with her could be perceived entirely different how they would have.
It was really just the one part of it that was. I mean, did did we talk to Mary about it?
I don't think we've had the chance.
Well,
Well, she brought it up.
I'm just looking at between Elephant and Durant again, like waiting.
Um,
I wasn't there. I mean, but if you want me to recount what you said,
no, it's fine. Jeez.
It's been a while.
Just trying to. So, if I can
Yes.
just kind of summarize it for you. So, I guess this goes for literally any undead. They don't follow the natural path that we do. Living, I mean. So it's like because they've been cursed, they've been removed from like the natural cycle of things. So no matter what they do, they'll never meet the Raven Queen. The end of their journey.
Okay.
I mean, that just means that when they die, they don't go where people usually go. You know, I mean, we all go to, I think, different places based on the
That's what
life.
she explained to me.
Well, don't the vampires have their own place then? Or why
I'm
are
not
we
sure.
even talking about this? What does this have to do with anything?
Well, it's just, I guess, explaining it to you, since you didn't know.
Well, it's like they get more time here, I guess, but the cost is there's nothing after it. At least nothing that we would hope to experience.
Well, I mean, okay, I did experience that death, sure, but before that, I never really even thought about that where I go when I die and stuff like that. And frankly, I'm not really concerned even after that what happened. But I mean, I'm still a bit confused. What does this have to do with anything? That why are we discussing where they are going or not going when they die?
I mean,
Well,
it defines, because I'm sure this isn't something that,
Also, I've been kind of wondering that. Okay, I met Raven Queen and there was a Vandra there and death and everything, but I mean, I got brought back to life. Am I also kind of undead? I mean, sort of.
Oh, jeez. Do you
no.
check? You wanna check, Duran?
Okay, yeah.
Strong sense of no.
Oh my
Extra
god.
dead.
No, nothing.
Super undead.
Yeah, super duper undead. No, that's a
Her
different
her leaving and then coming back has actually granted her the power of a lich.
Oh, no. Nope. No, you're jumping a couple arcs ahead in the story, man.
What?
Spoilers!
Well,
There becomes a lich later.
God. I have said you guys have already met a potential final boss for the campaign.
Sheesh.
what I was going to say is that it is bad, like, when somebody kills somebody else, you know, and the life is taken, you know, because their life here ends, you know? Like, that is, you know, they're dead. And that is generally not super positive, you know? But it's, like, worse for all these people, like that guy that was buried under his floor, because not only did they take their life, they took where they were going after, you know, like, they have no after the life stuff.
You're talking about it, Cele, because you asked about Duran's experience with Raven Queen, and that was the main takeaway.
I was thinking about that today.
So he's just recounting what he experienced with the Raven Queen, basically.
And I mean, if we're going up against, you know, vampires and stuff, you know, this is all they get is right now. And like people that were turned against their will, it seems like, you know, if they choose not to live this existence as a vampire, there's nothing after it, as far as we know. You know, like if they choose to be ended, or, you know, even if the temple decides to just end them all, period, you know, it seems like knowing that they are not going to meet the Raven Queen, you know, that they end, it seems, because of this, well, Durant called it a curse, so maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know either. I don't think we can do anything to that curse, well, except what Alexander said, so I don't know.
As about just the main question is, are we relying on Alexander or are we relying on the temple?
Both have their, you know.
I mean, undoubtedly, I would believe the temple has better tools suited for fighting these kinds of things.
Elevorn's going to suddenly jump up and go, "Oh my gosh, I forgot!" It's just like standing there, like, after exclaiming.
But what did you forget?
So, I was talking to Sparrow, whose real name is Ged, by the way. Anyway, he met. Oh, crap. We're not in a good place to do this. Okay, so I'm going to sit down like, be quiet about it. Do you guys remember that village we went to where they were lighting the candles?
Hazily, yes.
Because they were, you know, giving you thanks for something.
God, you guys missed good.
Yeah.
So Ged met that person too. Or Sparrow, however you want to call him.
Well, if I remember kinda correctly, I guess that's a good thing.
Well, it's just, it means, wait, that means that they're here somewhere. Maybe?
Maybe. Unless we actually think that might be connected in some form or way, I'd probably not focus on that too hard.
It's just that he was really grateful, I mean, I didn't really ask so much about it, but his brother was sick, I guess, and didn't recover from the illness, and that is what he spent all his money on. I mean, you were there for part of the conversations. I mean, you both were, but I guess the person who helped them most was, from the Sunbringer or whatever. So, I mean,
It's really suspicious. I'm not entirely sure.
Suspicious.
I
Suspicious
thought
of
this. Okay, look, outside of like now talking completely by myself, I've thought this god has been I haven't thought anything else has been suspicious. I wasn't even on board with the whole Miranda as a vampire thing. So conspiracy theories thrown out of here entirely. I thought that this god was super freaking weird. Just goes, gives people weapons, and then all right here. And oh, by the way, don't talk about me though. And then same thing, comes by here and it's like, all right, here you go, help you out. But even like so much as to, I don't know, stop this illness, which I don't know how that makes any sense at all. We know that there's no illness, it's just people are being turned into vampires, and then somehow this god stops that, or this follower of the god stops that, and then just is like, all right, just light some candles at night for me, thanks bro.
well, that's what I said. Is I probably made a mistake in not asking what kind of illness his brother had, because it may not be the same, in like illness that is actually going around here.
I mean, yeah, I guess that is true.
Because
But I mean, ever since I first heard about this deity, I don't know.
Well,
To me specifically, it's stricken me as odd.
okay, so I have a huge ask. Nerdion.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe just because I mean, it could be coincidence and nothing at all. But really, you could totally talk to Isaiah and ask him to find out anything he could find out about this. Maybe, but then you could talk to him a little, and like maybe he could, continue to talk to you because he can keep casting the spell. Maybe.
Okay, I mean, I guess I can ask Jan.
I mean, I don't think he would have answers immediately, but
Yeah, probably not.
But you could talk, and that would be good, right?
Yeah. Like, was this all just to have me talk to Isaiah?
this entire thing. Yeah, this entire time.
No,
The story isn't even real. She's fabricating it.
it's real. Other people. He said other people had experiences with this. I forget the word he used, but the person that helped them. But everyone's hush hush because it's like bad. Oh no, not approved and whatever. But he seemed really happy about it, and he's still like lighting candles and stuff. So like it's positive for for some. But if you're suspicious, we should really probably. I mean, even though we have a lot of stuff to do, but maybe this is something that we should be doing too. I don't know. But Isaiah, and I'm nodding at Nerdion.
I mean, sure, I guess I would just probably have to find a quiet place to send the message and stuff. I'll look around a little bit, like at a window or something, like what time is it actually?
At this point, I would say it's probably late afternoon, maybe like 4 p.m. You guys are probably about an hour and a half till sundown.
Okay, that's good. I mean, I don't want to wake him up if I'm gonna booty call in the middle of the night.
Yeah, right? Hey, can you teleport yet?
Yeah.
Steal the bracelet from Era. We can send each other pictures.
God, no, I know. Because
As well as
we were-
Durand and Eleborn.
But you see, you don't tell him that, so then it's like, and then
Yeah,
we're just
oops,
like, oh
I
my
forgot
god,
Oh my god.
my eyes. I'm blind.
I'm
what is
alive.
that?
That's your boyfriend you're talking about.
I mean, it's Durand or Ellavord would be like, oh, I'm blind.
Like, what is that?
Yeah, that would be probably would be.
What
But
is that?
Durand.
And Durand would be like, oh, he's been working out.
I didn't need to see that.
Or just Durant with like one of his hands over his eyes and his other hand over his
Yeah.
Just like, no. And Eleborn's just like, look, stop.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I can do it now if we're in a hurry. Well, I guess we are freaking hurry every time we're in a hurry.
Well, I mean, don't feel rushed. I mean, I just figured, you know, because he can do that kind of magic, right? Maybe?
Maybe I'm not like still 100% sure what he can do, but I mean, he can always learn new things, I guess. But what was this lady's name again, or whatever it was?
It'd be
The
nice if
sun-
we knew. I think all we had was the Sun Seeker or something? Sunbringer.
Sunbringer. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's a name too, but
Any other details that Neri should include in this message? You guys
Well, I mean, if you have time to mention or can mention, you know, the whole lighting the candles at nighttime thing, and it's not like it's any kind of candle. And that's basically, and being asked to be thought about that too. That was
being asked not to talk about.
well, not,
it's not an approved deity of the Empire. You know, it's
but the ask of like the person who helps people is to like just remember that they helped. So like, I guess it's kind of like, is it like praying, kind of? You know, like in your thoughts, like I talk to, who I talk to, you know, pretty frequently. Though not as much since we've been here because there's really not anywhere to go. But yeah,
Well, I'll see what I can do, and
so. Nadadion goes off to as far away as she wants to be comfortable.
I'm just gonna find a nice, well, as private as possible place, I guess.
Focusing on the ring. Focusing on the ring. The spell inside. Focusing on the ring. Isaiah, you expend the magic stored within. Cast the sending spell. What do you say?
I need your help a little, and hi, by the way, not too many words. Could you look up about, I'm not sure if it's its full name, but Sunbringer, and something about lighting up a candle, and he says that, well, he says to just remember him, I guess.
Right.
And
Not sure where that got cut off.
Yeah.
But
in a long time.
You do not know how good it is to hear your voice. If only were it in person. The Sunbringer, you say? I can look into it, certainly. At this point, really, any excuse to get out from this research. It's been a little bit of a drag since Era has returned, I'm not going to lie. I'll look into it. And that's the message.
I'll go find the others then and... Well, he said that he'll look into it. And he's actually really glad to be helped because he doesn't need to do the other things that he is doing, especially now that Era is back. But
We should see
They
if
were
he,
best friends. I don't know what you're talking about.
maybe you could get another they can. I remember that Basque could cast that spell at one point, so maybe someone here could cast it, and you could talk to him a little more about other things. Yep.
I mean, yeah,
Are you guys going to spend the night here and like the next day go, or are you gonna like make preparations here, Duran, like with the holy water and whatever, or are you guys planning on going out tonight?
I don't think we're gonna go after that guy tonight.
Yeah, I guess I don't think we're doing anything tonight.
Alright. So last and reflecting, asking after Durand and Bernard, you guys set off to sit down and begin to prepare the holy water. It's a practice that you had seen done before, Durand, in your time spent with the Aegis. Not something that you are 100% comfortable with doing, but it comes almost intuitively and naturally enough, especially with Bernard there to explain how he's doing things. You pick it up with your holy symbol and the divine energy that you possess via Bahamut. You assist in creating 4 vials of holy water over the course of the evening. Neredion, you are able to ask and procure another sending spell for the ring. And as the sun sets and night nears, you get a message telepathically, Neredion, from Isaiah. Well, good evening, darling. Turns out there's not much literature here in Ambervale. The largest cache of such is with Basque, but nothing on the Sunbringer there. Sorry I couldn't be of more help. I mean, well, other than one curious thing. You mentioned something about a candle. A couple weeks back, I did begin to notice a lit candle in the window of a specific building in the village here. Actually, it was your home. And that's it.
Is Elaborn or Duran near me? I don't know.
Elaborn would be around, I guess. Duran's busy right now. But, I mean, you can pull him away from it for a second, but...
I'm just gonna let him be.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go to Elaborn. Isaiah just got back to me, and he said that there wasn't much about, well, in books or anything in Ambivale about the gonna look around a little bit and bit more quietly about Sunbringer, and but he had noticed that because he heard me saying something about candles and stuff like that. And I guess I'm glad he heard that, but he said that he had noticed that people have been lighting up candles in Ampivale and even in our home.
And just to be clear, in case I wasn't clear, it wasn't people. It was specifically just there's like a lit candle has been placed like on the inside of the windowsill in your home, and that happened like fairly recently. Started to happen, but it's not like widespread across Amphil.
Yeah, but I'm there is gonna assume that people are lighting it. They're
Okay, I'm just
you know.
making sure that you're saying the right. If you want to keep it that way, that's fine. I just want to make sure that I was being clear on my part.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently there is lit candles in the windows and even in our home, apparently. Was wait a minute, what was the goblin girl's name? I forgot it.
Kina? Kina, no?
Kina.
Yeah. Was Kina still staying at the house, or I mean, Bali isn't there, I guess. What do you think, Elavon?
I think Kina was kind of coming and going while we were still there. But,
Should I ask Isaiah that you keep an eye on our house to see if who's going there? I mean, I guess I would be asking him to, in general, to look into the whole matter. I mean, it's not a bad thing, I guess, at all. It hasn't seemed to be a bad thing anywhere where we've met it, but I mean, it's curious. I'm curious about this, that it's showing up on even in Ampivale now.
well, I mean, maybe it's like... Well, I mean, like you believe, in who you believe in, and, there's the Raven Queen that we've met, and she...
Yeah, I mean, we all believe in different deities and so on. I don't think that's a bad thing and everything, and I'm not trying to, polish or anything like that with what the people are doing in Ampivale, unless it's bad, of course, but it hasn't appeared to be bad, so I'm just curious about, and why our house.
Yeah, sending spell. You can ask Kina.
I was thinking about something that I haven't really thought of before because it just seems weird. But, like, what do they get out of us thinking about them and talking to them? I've never really wondered that before because, with LaRue, it's just like her being there is comforting to me. Not being entirely. I mean, obviously, I'm not alone. You guys are here now. But, just like no matter what's going on, kind of like no matter where I am or what I'm doing, kind of way. That.
I haven't actually thought about that at all, because Avandra really, well, she doesn't show herself or really talk to me. Well, then again, I haven't really tried to talk to her, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should ask them. Maybe you should ask Ruan. I'll ask Avandra.
Yeah, that is probably a good idea. I mean,
Or we could try to ask Raven Queen. Since we're here, we could just go into the blood and try to commune.
well, that is it, sort of. I mean, the Empire says you can only believe in these certain specific, and I'm not saying that they're bad, just that maybe restricting people, makes the ones that, like, it has to matter. It matters to me. It makes how I feel. It makes me feel better. Like it is so big. You know, she's so much bigger than I am. And it just feeling part of that. And I don't even really know that much about her. It's just like that comfort and how she, helped me and stuff. It really, you know, it's hard to explain.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really explain Avandra either, I guess, and so I understand.
And at the same time, like when I met the Raven Queen, that was also just it. It makes you feel small, but yet, realizing you're still part of something bigger. It's weird. It's like the same. Like you feel like pulled in both directions. It's very weird.
Yeah, that is. And the deities have to get something out of people worshipping them, but I mean, like I said, we just have to ask, I guess. I'm not sure if they answer to that, but we can always try. I mean, your Didi LaRue doesn't seem to be too bad of a being, so in that sense, I wouldn't see why she wouldn't answer, or or however. And I mean, Avandra isn't really a bad Didi either, so I wouldn't see why she wouldn't answer to that question. Then again, I mean, Didis, who knows?
What about you, Mr. Direct Line?
Mr. Direct Line.
Alice says with like a smile. She's not being, rude or anything. She's not trying to be, unkind about it. She's just.
Well, Durand.
Oh, I'm here. Okay, well, I mean, I would say, isn't belief power? Like when you believe in something, you give that thing meaning, and that kind of works not just with, deities, but literally anything, right? Even in belief in your own ideals or convictions means something, so probably a similar aspect. Or I guess maybe that's just the way I like to look at it.
Mm, Well, In any case, I guess I should reply to Isaiah.
Sure.
I also told out of character. I also forgot that I can actually respond.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but
Go for it.
I don't think there was.
I'm not
I
sure
mean,
if the
was
spell
there a
imposes a time limit on the response, but
Yeah, I mean
go
that's
for it.
one thing, but
I'm
still,
just holding on.
I
I'm
totally
storing up
forgot that there's.
responses.
I mean that is still. I don't know. My brain is in here
It's
at the moment.
It's fine. Respond.
Respond. No. Um. Well, it's nice that you at least found something, because that the candles seem to be connected to the Sunbringer, and if you wouldn't mind, just maybe try looking into it. And I don't think it's a bad thing that they're doing, but just look into it and see what happens and what people in general are acting. And I don't.
You get another message, another spell cast by Isaiah. I will look into it. This is curious and obviously important to you, so absolutely. This is the last time I'll be able to speak with you this day. I'll be sure to get back to you tomorrow with what I find. Do take care of yourself, and I look forward. Well, um, I miss you. That's it.
I miss you too, and I can't wait to be able to come back home and be with you, and hope things are going well over there, and you take care of yourself also. And
Alright. So, the night progresses. You guys eventually do get comfortable and settle in. Get your long rest. And that's where we'll pick up next week with perhaps the amulets being done, and then maybe confronting Brelin Mortis at the Goodly Swill. Also, Nair Dion called Ambervale home. That's nice.
She did, and I was about to go
I sleep.
jumps up and hugs Nerdion. You
I
called it
noticed that too.
A moment of weakness. Yes.
Damn it! Totally not hope.
so
No, fuck it. No, I'm never going back there. I hate that place.
I'm sending a message to Isaiah and say we're moving.
And we're moving.
We're moving.
Having nomads. I don't have a home. Get me out of here. I just send a message to her. I said, "We're moving. This is okay."
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if Neri would send a message like that, it probably would be just like, we're moving.
Just
Nothing
why?
else.
Why are we moving? Because I like this place. What?
I'm getting too comfortable over here. This is too much. I can't.
Alright. Well, are we? Well, if we're still streaming, I don't know, but
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, what the duh.
week, same time, same place, same.
Same.
Everything is same.
Same. I feel like we'll actually get to use this next week, maybe.
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 What, did you have that plan for us to use now?
Oh, I've had this plan for us to use for like 3 weeks now.
Oh. I must devise a way to avoid it at all costs then.
All right.
You have ruined your own plan, son.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Cool. You know what? I'll have to start prepping for what happens when Worthy is lost. That's not something I have before, but I guess I can think about that. Like, you know, I don't think you guys have necessarily lost massive quest adventure. That could be a cool story, actually. Thanks, Dune.
It might be.
Yeah.
I mean, I always thought about what if we lost the fight at, because that was the closest I think we've ever been to losing. What was that place? It was the monastery, yeah.
Oh.
With the demon, and we're all dead.
Yeah, we were all pretty much dead.
That was fun.
Was it?
I think so.
I'm sure it was enjoyable for you.
No, it was. I guess it wasn't that great.
No, it was pretty entertaining.
It was good.
What was that new style of stuff that we were trying?
The mind thing. I don't think that would have been nice if it actually was. That doesn't seem fair. If you guys lose in cinematic combat.
What? Yeah, I mean, why not?
Odd thought experiment to like have a. It was an odd thought experiment, but you know, I didn't want to put the creation of that mini on Nemo. That doesn't seem fair. All right, so it has to have an upside down goat head. All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Guys, next week, and I'll see
Yes.
a couple of you in like 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
Good night.